What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I want to talk about some of the silver, or the types of silver, that I'm interested in at this time. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel, for bonus videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Try out some G Fuel Energy Formula, $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account, which you can go and sell and use to buy some silver if that's what you like. And they have a promo going on where if you set up the account and click the activate button on this promo, they're going to give you 48 hours to refer one friend. And upon doing so, they're going to give you 18 free stocks for the referral, which again, you can use to sell and buy some silver. We will link in the description. Everything is linked in the description. All right, so today I wanted to talk about silver. Now, as usual, this is going to be more so a video to listen to than a video to watch. I'm not going to be showing a great deal on screen because I'm walking through the woods, but I do have some silver in my pocket and I will be showing it off periodically throughout the video. So I wanted to talk about some of the silver that I'm a little bit more interested in at this time. Now I'm going to break this into two different portions of the video. I'm going to be talking about what silver I believe is arguably best to be stacking at this point, and I'm also going to be talking about miscellaneous coins that I just happen to think are interesting, which I plan on picking up from time to time, just simply because I'm finding them more and more interesting nowadays. So I want to talk about first what silver I believe is best to stack, smartest to stack at this time. What makes the most sense financially to be stacking, which I have right here. Even though this isn't really so much a video to be looking at, I'll be showing this off right here. I think this is $2.90 worth of junk, 90% constitutional silver. We have a couple of Walking Liberty half dollars. We have a couple of Washington quarters. We have some Roosevelt and some Mercury dimes. So this right here, the 90% silver, at this time is what I consider probably best to be stacking. Now, we can go back and forth about like, oh yeah, 90% versus pure silver. I think at the end of the day, everything has its pros and cons, but I think 90% is probably best at this time. And I know you can get like a roll of Washington quarters, 90% Washington quarters for maybe like $200 or somewhere around there. Like 40 Washington quarters. I think you can get them right now for maybe $5 a piece or something like that. I think that right there is probably the best way to go, because if you add up enough of those $5 a piece coins to equate to about a troy ounce of silver, it would take 6 Washington quarters, and with each one being about $5 a pop, you can get a troy ounce of silver for about $30, which is right around the price you'd be paying for a full troy ounce silver coin at this time. With silver being in the low to mid 20s, you tack on a little bit of a premium, it bumps it up to about $30, maybe even more. I haven't been picking up any pure silver coins. I don't even remember the last time I picked up a pure silver coin. To be honest, at this point, I definitely haven't picked up any this year. I don't even know if I picked up any last year. It might have actually been a year and a half to close to 2 years ago since the last time I picked up like a silver eagle or a maple leaf or something like that. I don't even know. 90%, I believe nowadays, is probably a better option for stacking, at least. If you're looking for the weight, physical silver content in your possession, I think 90% is probably the best way to go. In the past, I have compared and contrasted when it came to 90% versus pure silver. I'm like, all right, how much is a troy ounce of silver worth of 90% going for in comparison to a regular 1 troy ounce coin? And last time I did the comparison, they were about even. And even if they were to the penny even, exact identical price tag, I would still say the 90% is probably the better way to go, because at least you get multiple coins out of it. The way I like to compare it is it's like buying 8 slices of pizza, 8 single slices, or just buying a whole pie. Usually, buying the whole pie is the cheaper way to go, but what if they're the same price? Would you rather have just a big, giant, circular shaped pizza? Or would you rather have it cut up into 8 slices? Stupid comparison, but it makes sense. If it's going for the same price, I'd rather have the 8 slices. That way I don't have to, sit there holding this big, giant, floppy, cheesy disc. So I think 90% is probably the better way to go right now. Especially if you can get it for about the same price, or preferably less than you can get a silver eagle for, which we don't even need to talk about that. You can definitely get 90% for cheaper than a silver eagle, but to a more realistically, or a realistic premium attached to a coin, like a maple leaf or a Philharmonic or a kangaroo or a Britannia, something like that. If you can get a full troy ounce of silver worth of 90%, so 14 silver dimes, 6 silver quarters, or 3 silver half dollars for the same price or cheaper than you could any of those other full troy ounce coins, I would absolutely say the 90% silver is for 100% a better way to go. Because number one, it's cheaper. It's the same amount of silver for a lesser dollar amount. But even if it's the same dollar amount, I think that there are more pros, more of an upside to having the 90%. Because number one, first and foremost, those are fractional silver coins right there. Like I said, it takes 3 half dollars to equate to about a troy ounce of silver. So each one is a 1/3 of a troy ounce coin, if you think about it. The quarters, a 1/6 of a troy ounce coin. The dimes, a 1/14 of a troy ounce coin. You can make change for a larger amount of silver. You can break a larger amount of silver. It's like having a $20 bill versus 20 single dollar bills. It's $20 either way. You got a $20 bill in this hand, that's $20, and you got 20 singles in the other hand. You got $20 in each hand. It's the same thing. It's the same exact identical thing. One just happens to be a little bit more practical. Or a $100 bill and then 100 singles. They both have their pros and cons. The $100 bill, easier to keep in your pocket. Stick it in your wallet. It's right there. It's one little teeny tiny piece of paper, as opposed to 100 singles. That's probably not ideal to be walking around with. What was it? Oh, I don't know. I don't count. I just keep going. How many? I don't know. I don't count. 45. Yeah, about that. Yeah. Have a good one. He said, how many laps do you take? I was like, I don't know. I don't count. He said, how many? Yeah, I don't know. 45. Anyway. Where was I? See, this is why I come out here. It's to get away from people. That guy's not a problem. No problem with him. But that's why I come out here. It's my escape from all the noise. It's my escape from society. It's my escape from people. It's my escape from all the nonsense. Bumping into one person and him asking me a question or saying something, that's not a problem. No problem at all. This is just, this right here. This is just so much nicer than just, walking around in the general public with a bunch of people, jibber-jabbing around about, nonsense and things that really truly don't matter. This is so much nicer than having to hear, some woman talk about, oh, can you believe she lets her kids talk to her husband that way? I would never. Shut up. Go for a walk in the woods. Better yet, go in the woods and stay in the woods. Get away from me. Anyway, where was I? 90% silver. Fractional silver coins. I think they're a better way to go. And like I was, here's the comparison I was making. The $100 bill versus the 100 singles. The 100 singles, yeah, easier to spend if you need to spend them. But at the same time, you got this big wad of cash in your pocket. Now, if you're going to the strip club, I understand which one you're probably going to rather have in your pocket, but most people aren't doing that. Responsible people aren't doing that. Smart people aren't doing that. What time is it? Let me check my watch. Oh, it's time to respect women. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to 90%, I think that there are more upsides than downsides. I think that there are more pros than cons. And I think right now, all silver has a high premium. But when you crunch the numbers, when you do the math, it's, for me, from what I was looking at, it's about the same price. Whether you go for an ounce of silver worth of junk silver or an ounce of silver worth of, just a 1 troy ounce pure silver coin. It's about the same. And with that being the case, it's personal preference at that point. But my personal preference, I'm leaning in the direction of 90%. So that's what I believe is better to be stacking at this time, or smarter at this time. And moving away from that, I want to talk about the silver, or the type of silver that I'm more interested in at this point. Yeah, of course, I think 90% is probably the way to go when it comes to stacking. If you are aggressively stacking silver, if you're looking to get as much physical silver content in your possession as humanly possible, I think that's probably the way to go. But here's the thing, I'm not aggressively stacking at this point. Stacking is a way of saving money for the long run. That's not what my goal is at this time. I'm not looking to preserve wealth when I have virtually no wealth to preserve. I'm looking to build wealth. That's why I'm investing, and that's why I'm a million times more focused on that at this time. I'm looking to make money. I'm not looking to save a little bit of money. I'm looking to make as much as possible, and then later on down the road, convert it to something as a way of preserving that wealth, and that's what I'll worry about at that time. But right now, with the economy that we're in at this time, when there's a shift in the economy, I will reassess and I'll re-strategize if need be. And if it makes more sense 6 months, 12 months, 3 years down the road to go into wealth preservation mode rather than wealth building mode, then yeah, I'll switch back to my number one priority being on the metals. But right now, it's not doing for me what I need an asset to do. I need to make money, I need to build wealth, and then later on down the road, I will reassess. Okay, so if you're looking to, anyway, long story short, if you're stacking, aggressively stacking, if your eyes are on silver and silver only, I think 90% is probably the way to go. But what silver do I think is a little bit more interesting at this time? What is catching my eye right now? What is piquing my interest and catching my attention and is sitting on my radar right now? It would be coins, rounds, and bars similar to the Aztec calendar round. This right here is a 5 troy ounce pure silver round. Look at that right there. 5 troy ounces, 3 9s fine silver. Absolute gorgeous piece of silver. And this is just one side. Let me flip it over for those of you unfamiliar with the Aztec calendar. Oh man, look at that right there. This is 100%, without a doubt, the most detailed, gorgeous piece of silver that I have. Look at the art. This is just a work of art right there. And it's obviously, it's toned, it's tarnished a little bit over time. That was absolutely on purpose. I left this out on the table just for a reason. I did not store this away with the anti-tarnish paper that I usually keep with where I store my silver. I did not capsulate the round. I left it out and about for a reason. I wanted this to tarnish. I knew that this would look better with like almost like that. It's almost like an antique finish, kind of. Just that that grayish brown toning. It just, yeah, I think it gives coins, rounds, and bars, like, I think it gives it character. And for this particular piece of silver, I just knew right off the rip. I was like, it would look even better tarnished, and it looked incredible to begin with. So anyway, I'm not saying right now that, oh, Aztec calendar rounds and bars are the only thing I'm going to be picking up from here on. No, I have what I have. I have the one piece. I also have a 2-ounce copper Aztec calendar as well. I just got that for fun, just because I thought it looked pretty cool. But coins, rounds, and bars similar to the Aztec calendar, just weird, random, miscellaneous pieces that I happen to think look really cool. That's what is interesting to me right now. Another example could be, I mean, I made a video about this a couple weeks ago, the Creatures of the North coin series, the Creatures of the North coin series. We got 2 so far, and we were supposed to get a 3rd one last year, and we didn't. And we haven't gotten the 3rd one this year yet either. So I don't know if that series has been scrapped, or if it's delayed, or maybe it wasn't even intended to be a yearly release, even though we got 2 back to back, 1 year and then the following year. Or maybe it's just supposed to be a 2 coin series. Who knows? Absolutely no idea. I personally, in my opinion, I think that the Royal Canadian Mint kind of dropped the ball. I think they had something with massive potential in their hands, and I don't really know what happened, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is that coins like that, random miscellaneous coins that I just happen to think look really good. The Silver Kraken, a giant squid destroying a ship on a silver coin. Or a werewolf in the forest. Things like that. Just things that look cool. That's what I find more interesting at this time. Not necessarily high premium, low mintage collectible coins, rounds or bars, but just things that I find interesting. And those are just a couple of examples. The Aztec calendar, Creatures of the North. There's another series that I recently discovered. It will remain nameless at this time because I'm considering getting one of the coins, and I haven't heard anybody really talk about it. So who knows, maybe I could be one of the first. Maybe introduce everyone to a brand new coin or a brand new series. If I get it, I'll make a video about it, and that could be your first impression. But things like that. Things that are just, you know, I don't want to say unusual, but not typical. Coins, rounds, and bars out there that people don't really talk about every day. Coins, rounds, and bars that you don't see all that often. Coins, rounds, and bars that when you come across them, you're like, oh, wow, look at that right there. That's kind of what my interest is right now. If I had to pick up a coin, round, or bar right now, I wouldn't go with a maple leaf or an eagle or a Philharmonic. Like those, everybody has those. It's boring. I would get something a little bit different. I'd get something a little bit more unique. I would get something a little bit more out of the ordinary. You know, similar to this 5-ounce Aztec calendar round, there's also the 10-ounce Aztec calendar bar, which is the one that I actually wanted to get. But I'm kind of OCD, and a circular shaped design on a rectangular piece of silver kind of bothered me. I was like, yeah, no, I want to go with the round instead. I think it looks a little bit better. But hey, I'm not opposed to getting the 10-ounce Aztec calendar bar. I would like to get one. But those are just some examples of less popular coins, rounds, and bars that I just happen to find interesting at this time. Aztec calendars, Creatures of the North, or a variety of different coins from a variety of different series. I'm still not overly interested in poured silver. like things that are in like weird shapes, like a horseshoe shape, like that's, to me, that's just not something that really catches my eye. I could see it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can appreciate the craftsmanship, I can appreciate the art, but it doesn't really do much for me. So I wouldn't include that in the type of silver that I'm interested in at this time. For me, examples are the ones that I just gave. I'm trying to think of some others off the top of my head. This isn't even something that crosses my mind ever. I just thought that it would make for an interesting video, and I had a couple of examples, and I was trying to think of some more, but I guess you can count the Queen's Beast series, I guess, even though one could maybe argue that's a little overrated at this point, but it's still cool. They're still nice looking coins. I would like to get the Griffin, but just coins like that, coins, rounds, and bars that you don't hear about all the time, coins, rounds, and bars that are a little bit more unusual, ones that maybe somebody that's new to the stacking world has never even heard of before. Those kind of coins, rounds, and bars. There's also the Silver Yeti Iceberg. It's this weird shaped bar, I guess technically it would be called. It's not rectangular shaped, it's like this weird, it's like it's in the shape of an iceberg, and it has a Yeti on it. Stuff like that. That I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty awesome, actually. It could potentially be categorized as poured silver, but anyway, doesn't matter. That's all I wanted to say. I'm very curious, everybody watching this right now, or should I say listening right now, because once again, my videos aren't typically something to watch, but rather something to listen to. Treat it like a radio show or a podcast. I want you guys to let me know in the comments two things. Number one, what do you think is the best, the smartest type of silver to be stacking right now? Maybe you think it's generic silver, rounds and bars, kilo bars, 50 ounce, 100 ounce bars, break down the premium and just go generic, which breaks down the premium even more. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe constitutional is the way to go. That's what I think is the best kind of silver to be stacking right now, if of course you're focused on aggressive stacking of silver. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe you think it's pure silver coins. Maybe not the American Eagle because of the high premium, but maybe some of the runner-ups. The Maple Leaf, the Philharmonic, the Britannia, coins like that. What do you think is the best type of silver to be stacking? And then two, what kind of coins, rounds, and bars do you just happen to find interesting right now? Which ones grab your attention? Which ones stand out to you? Which ones do you believe just happen to have nice designs? Whether the premium is too high for you to actually convert your dollars into or not, which ones just grab your attention right now? Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for bonus exclusive content. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Try out some G Fuel energy formula. $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. It's sugar-free, low-calorie, packed with a whole bunch of vitamins, over 50 different flavors to choose from. This one is Bahama Mama, perfect summer flavor. $5 off your first order by clicking the link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your up to 12 free fractional shares by downloading Webull and funding your account. You can use the free fractional shares to sell and use the currency to go get some silver if that's what you want. But you could do this with even a penny. If you deposit a penny, it still works, it still counts, you still get your up to 12 free fractional shares. And right now they have a promo going on where if you click the little activate button, it's going to start a 48-hour timer. And if you refer one friend in those 48 hours, they're going to give you 18 free bonus stocks for the referral. It's part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials and things that nobody pay attention to anymore, they reward the user for helping them build their platform with them. We will link in the description. Everything will be linked in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know one more time. What do you consider to be the best or the smartest type of silver to be stacking right now? What do you think is superior when it comes to aggressive stacking, physical silver content. Just trying to get as much of the metal, as much of the weight as you can for ideally the lowest possible premium. What do you think is the best route to take right now? Is it constitutional? Is it larger silver bars, 10 ounce, 20 ounce, kilo, 50 ounce, 100 ounce? Is it generic silver rounds and bars? Is it something else? Let me know in the comments. And then of course, two, what type of silver is catching your eye right now? What has your attention? What is on your radar? Whether it's too high of a premium to stack or not, what do you think looks the best right now? What is the most interesting type of silver to be stacking right now, or to be picking up from time to time right now? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.